goes through number 1.
Yes, sir.
Underneath, Breitebach unable to get it, and the rebound goes to Johnson.
Yeah, the big fella's got to finish that one. That was an easy lane. He just missed it.
Clark in the corner. Yes!
Too easy right there, Trent. Wide open three in transition. That's the first thing you're taught. You got to stop the ball. Nobody stopped the ball, and when the guy did go over to Dylan Andrews, nobody was on Clark in the corner.
Sky Clark has averaged 12 points a game over the last 2. Not bad for a player that during the 4-game losing streak was only giving the Bruins about 5.5 points a game. So his production has led to some team success as Osibor with some fancy footwork gets the bucket underneath.
Well, that's his game right there. He knows how to establish great position, and he has excellent footwork down there on the block and finish right-handed or left-handed as we just saw. It's a good matchup right here, Bilodeau and Osibor.
Andrews trying to get around everybody, gets all kinds of room, short corner missed.
That nice little step back by Dylan Andrews, just couldn't knock it down.
It's deflected up in the air by Johnson. His hands are everywhere.
Well, we heard Danny Sprinkle talk about the careless turnovers. Some of them are being made by Zoom Diallo, and that was one right there as Clark knocked down another one.
Sky Clark heat check early, a couple of threes as the Bruins up 4 just over 2 minutes in.
Mick Cronin really gets after his team. We saw that at shoot-around. He's a fiery guy. He's intense. He's a tough guy, and he expects his team to play the same way. And like I said, they lost 4 in a row, but they've responded big time.
Well, the Bruins have been one of the best defensive teams in the country, really, since Cronin's been there. It's their approach. It's their culture at UCLA.
Yeah, that's what they hang their hat on, toughness and defense.
There's Bilodeau. Turnaround jumpers miss. Great going after the loose ball as Bilodeau goes down. He's in some pain. Osibor to the bucket scores.
That's what he can do right there, Trent. He can handle the rock in transition at 6'8" at power forward. A nice little Euro step for the and one. We talked about the fact that great Osibor has to be just that. He has to be great. He's off to a good start.
Meanwhile, you see Bilodeau at the end of that play turning that right ankle. And he went down hard, and he will be subbed out of the game here, clearly in some pain. Osibor, big finish, but I think a lot of Bruin fans concerned about how 34 is doing at the moment.
And you can see him limping off the court. That's not a good sign if you're a UCLA Bruin fan, but a good sign is Adai Mara's coming into the game. We just had a monster game against Wisconsin. 7'3". I asked him at shoot-around if he could dunk without jumping. He told me no, but he could grab the rim just standing flat-footed, which is amazing.
A monster performance, 22 in that win over Wisconsin. Bruins have beaten some good teams this year. Wisconsin win notably helping get UCLA back on track, trying to continue that here on the road in Seattle. There's Mara. Trying to back down Osibor as the double team comes from Breitebach and a foul. So Mick Cronin leading this UCLA team to 6th season at UCLA. There was, of course, the COVID year, but he's taken UCLA to 2 Sweet 16s, a Final Four, just 1 missed NCAA tournament. It was last year. Complete overhaul of the roster, and now Cronin starting to see his team scoring a little bit.
He's a tough dude, man. I told you off air. Oh, wow, that's 3 in a row. So Clark, he's on fire, man. Washington has to find him and make him put the ball on the floor. They got to run him off the three-point line.
So it's Sky Clark 9, Huskies 5.
How about that? Sky Clark. I did not have his name highlighted in my scouting report.
And the transfer from Louisville, high expectations upon arrival in Westwood. Inside-out action. Bazumana Diallo ends up missing. On the break, huge flush! Daly Jr., my goodness!
Outstanding bounce pass by Sky Clark. Just spoon-feeding Daly with the left-handed throw out, like you used to do back in the day, I heard, Trent. I heard you had hops like that,
yeah, baby. I can jump over a stack of quarters, as long as there's not more than 2 or 3 of them. Not all of us have to have NJ come in and play defense on him. As great Osibor goes to work underneath in response.
That's just too deep right there. You can't let him get that deep. But like I said, he's excellent at sealing guys and getting a great post position. That big, strong body. He knows how to score the basketball. 15 and 8. His numbers are a little bit down. I think he averaged 17 last year at Utah State, so his numbers are a little bit down, just under 18.
Way too much space for Clark, who finally misses.
Finally missed, yeah, 3 for 4.
DJ Davis brings it up. We were talking start of the game about how important it would be for Davis to get some threes on the outside, but it's been Clark on the other end for UCLA.
Yeah, you're real familiar with Davis from his time at UC Irvine. He has to play the way he played at Irvine, and the reason it was right here Nice pull-up by Zoom Diallo.
Diallo, the freshman from Tacoma. They're excited about Diallo and what he brings. He's been really that second option after Osipor.
He's a nice-looking freshman. And he needs to work on his three-point shot, but his mid-range game is excellent, and he's really strong getting to the basket and finishing amongst bigger players.
Mara down low, absorbs some contact. Okay, you're right. He doesn't have to jump to go.
You see what I'm saying, Trey? He doesn't even look like he leaves the floor, man. He just raises that left hand and throws it down. Look at his inseam, man. I'm a 34. He's got to be a 48 inseam, man. That dude's got some legs on him. Wow. Frank Kepnon is checked into the game, ladies and gentlemen. The Husky fans, I know they've been looking for him. Finally getting a little bit of action here. See if he can make a difference, and there he goes.
Gets the bucket. His first action since the second game of the season. Scores on that. He'll have a chance to make it a one-point game when we come back. Meanwhile, look out below daily as the Bruins on top early here in Seattle.
Gentlemen, Frank Kepler. He's back.
Over 15 million viewers have made Doc TV's biggest new show.
Dr. Larson has no recollection of the last 8 years.
And this Tuesday,
Why was I so angry at you?
the show's biggest mystery
She has a right to know what happened to her son and marriage.
will be revealed. Doc, all new, this Tuesday on Fox.
Used car shopping?
2 rows, 2 dogs. I'm sold.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's pause for the facts.
Oh.
Like nearly half of all used cars, this puppy has been in an accident. But Carfax.com shows how an accident impacts price, so you don't have to overpay.
Huh.
Unpause. Whoa, whoa.
Wow, this is cool. Yeah, sorry, they pulled.
Shop with the facts at the all-new Carfax.com.
Coffee Mate is the world's biggest coffee lover because
Oh, you are? Because I have a sign. Do you have a sign?
No, we don't have a sign. Fine, you're the biggest coffee lover.
We've never spoken, but you've told us many things. That you love stargazing, hate parallel parking, and occasionally your right foot gets a little heavy. The Lexus ES didn't begin in the studio, it began with you.
Why do people come to the University of Washington? They come here to find people who will inspire them, move them, change them. They come to solve big problems and prepare for careers where they can make a difference. They come to cheer on their Huskies in the greatest setting in college football. If you want to change the world, this is where you start. For passion, for possibility, be boundless.
Big Ten basketball is powered by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Beautiful night in Seattle at the Sky Needle. Washington down a bucket early as their new head coach, Danny Sprinkle, trying to do something that hasn't happened in a long time here in Seattle. That's lead the Huskies, the NCAA tournament. It's got a lot of work to do this season. It's a process, but comes from Utah State where he went to big dance there.
Yeah, Danny Sprinkle. I'm calling him Elliot Ness tonight. Trying to take down Al Capone. Man, Mick Cronin, man, Danny Sprinkle, what a matchup. But yeah, I just love to see, man. You know, we showed Mick Cronin, who I swear is like a character out of the Untouchables. And then Danny Sprinkle in his first year, trying to establish himself. We talked to him at shoot around. He talked about the crowd, how he would like to see more Husky fans come out and give him support because Purdue, he said, had 3,500 fans in here. So, you know, I'm excited to see what Danny Sprinkle can do.
He brings a lot of energy and excitement and a fantastic recruiting class coming in.
Well, you're familiar with him, Trent. You said you called his games in the Mountain West when he was there.
Danny Sprinkle, I mean, and he, for a long time, was an elite recruiter as an assistant coach in Big West programs like Cal State Fullerton, Cal State Northridge, gets an opportunity at Montana State, takes him to the tournament not once but twice, gets the Utah State job. In his first year there, goes to the big dance, and now here he is in Seattle. Mara.
Nice job by Frank Kepner. That's
Keeping
the
the shot clock. Yeah, that's a miss by Taylor.
That's what he brings to the table, Trent. He's a presence down there. Oh, wow.
Up to Osibor with some hang time.
I don't know who that pass was intended for, but great Osibor took it. Could have been for Frank Kepnon, but what a beautiful finish.
With Kepnon back, what a difference you can tell already in the post. Just some space for great Osibor as Washington has the lead, and that's going to be a foul on Kepnon.
We're going to take another look at this right here. It's Cartwright. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, he was going into Osibor the entire time. No, Big Frank almost stole it. A nice pass and just a beautiful finish by great Osibor. A little bit of a reverse lay-in on the lob. Yeah, you're talking about Frank Kepnon. He's a 6'11" Energizer Bunny. If he has one weakness, it's fouls. He gets in foul trouble.
And just trying to stay healthy. And that's been an issue for him since he was at Oregon and transferred to Washington. It's just been tough for him to stay on the floor. Really, the last 4 years, that's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah, Sebastian Mack left his feet. You don't want to do that in the lane unless you're going to go straight up vertical. He picks up the offensive foul. He's an Energizer Bunny off the bench for UCLA.
You know, Osibor pretty fired up there. I mean, not only does he lead Washington in points and steals, but rebounds, he does everything. But again, creating turnovers. Osibor really good at that. That time took a charge as Washington looks to build on their early lead.
Not only that, I think he may be one of the leaders in the Big Ten as far as steals, as we see Ian Ancho with an easy lay-in. Mick Cronin isn't going to like that at all. That's just way too easy. No help side defense on that drive to the basket.
Yeah, Osibor third in the conference in steals. One of the best in the country. Sky Clark.
He's an Energizer guy, man. Look at him. He jumped out and scared the hell out of Sky Clark on that pick and roll. Big Frank Kepnon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, big fella. Look at this hedge out right here, man. I'm telling you. You would have thought that he hit Sky Clark. I think he just scared him. Oh, man.
I thought I saw Jed Fish in here a little bit earlier. He might be trying to see if he can get him some pads and put him on the field across the street here.
He would be awesome at defensive end, man. Can you imagine him at defensive end at 6'11", rushing the quarterback?
Meanwhile, Sky Clark heads off after rolling his ankle. Bilodeau rolled his earlier. He's back in the game, guarding Osibor now. And through all kinds of coverage, Osibor draws the whistle and does what he does, get to the foul line.
You see his IQ right there. He had no intention on making that shot. He was just trying to draw the foul because he saw Tyler Bilodeau crowding him. He's just a high IQ guy, man. I love this young man's game.
Osibor trying to extend this 7-0 run. The Huskies have gone on to take 3-point lead.
This has been his Achilles heel so far this season. It's the free throw line. I think he's shooting about 57% from the line. You know, he hit 5 threes against Purdue, so I know he can shoot the ball. I just think for him, it's a mental thing because he has a nice stroke. Just great form, nice technique. Bottoms that time.
So Osibor already with 10 of the 17 for Washington. Huskies have made 5 straight buckets and now have a 2-possession lead. Andrews to Morris as the second unit for UCLA has come in. Washington is surged. Bilodeau gets Osibor up in the air. And Breitebach in the air. Mara, the putback, doesn't get it, but he'll have a couple of free throws coming.
Tyler Bilodeau looked like that leg is bothering him. He had no lift at all on that shot, and he was hesitant to even take it. But you're right, at 7'3". Iguodala Mara just got the rebound and almost got an and one.
You know, it was interesting hearing from Mick Cronin earlier in the season. You know, in some interviews was talking about Mara, that he was a kid, now he's a young adult, maybe not quite a grown man yet, and spending a lot of time with strength and conditioning coach Dave Andrews, who Mick Cronin got to know back in their days at Cincinnati. Andrews is a football guy, was with Notre Dame among several other programs, but it's been Andrews with Mara all offseason to get him back stronger with that 7'3" frame, but missing those 2 free throws. All of a sudden, UCLA need to get a stop here. Washington tries to extend the lead. Osibor walk trying to get around Mara. That's a turnover.
You know, I think Osibor is better popping out trying to take Mara off the dribble than trying to back him down because he's 7'3". I don't think that's going to work. But if he can get out on the perimeter and take him off the dribble, I think he has the advantage. It wouldn't surprise me if I saw that on the next possession if they're going to keep with that matchup with Mara guarding Osibor.
dunk earlier. His only bucket that time. Perfect feed to Mara with some patience and a flush.
It's a great pump fake to get that great Osibor off his feet and out of position. And again, he finishes with the left hand. Makes it look so easy down there, but I guess it is when you're 7'3".
Breitbach trying to show off the range.
That's his game right there. He's only averaging 5 points a game, but one of them is normally a three-point shooter as he likes to space the floor at 6'10".
Was really good against Oregon early. Washington didn't win that game, but they were in it right now. Huskies on top by 2.
Saturday on Fox, it's a UConn basketball doubleheader. First, Player of the Year contender Paige Beckers leads the 6th-ranked Huskies against Creighton. Then, in prime time, the UConn men battle Xavier. It's a huge doubleheader. Saturday on Fox.
It all started with a small business idea.
It's a pillow with a speaker in it. That's right, Craig.
Pulling in the perfect team to get the job done.
I'm just here for the internet. AT&T, it's super fast.
You locked us out?
And when we were thrown a curveball, we had everything we needed.
Is the internet out? Don't worry, we have AT&T internet backup.
The next level network for small business.
I sold a pillow.
Domino's Specialty Chicken. 4 tasty topping combos loaded on tender, juicy chicken. It kind of makes us wonder why we don't call it loaded chicken. Well, okay, now we do. Domino's Loaded Chicken. And for a limited time, Domino's Rewards members can try loaded chicken for half off menu price.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. But the money I saved, thought I'd get a wax figure myself. Oh! Right in the temporal lobe. Beat it, punks! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. It's the most punishing.
I don't feel like a human being right now.
Backbreaking, grueling episode.
I don't think he's okay.
Special Forces, all new Wednesday on Fox.
Have you heard? Soda's not a dirty word anymore. Introducing Poppy. It's the iconic, refreshing flavor you crave, but with 3 grams of sugar. The future of soda is now. Poppy, soda's back.
Are you ready for this?
Applebee's really big meal deal for $9.99. Size matters when it comes to our big classic bacon cheeseburger or our massive hand-breaded big cluckin' chicken sandwich. Plus endless crispy fries and cold drinks. All for just $9.99. Because that's Applebee's really big meal deal. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
This is Fubo. It's a better way to watch live news, shows, and sports without cable. Watch multiple games at once with Multiview. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Sunday on Fox, historic rivals collide with a trip to Super Bowl 59 on the line as rookie sensation Jaden Daniels leads Washington against Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, and the Eagles. Pre-game coverage starts at 1 Eastern with kickoff at 3, only on Fox.
Oh, man, that's going to be a good one. I can't wait to see that one. Jaden Daniels exceeded my expectations. I was disappointed when Michael Penix didn't win the Heisman because I didn't think Jaden deserved it, but it looked like I was wrong.
Jed Fish in attendance.
Speaking of Husky football, that's the man right there, ladies and gentlemen.
You're at Washington.
Sheriff in town.
2 first-year head coaches. I know Fish moving on to year 2 now, but you know, with Fish and Danny Sprinkle, there's a new energy around Washington athletics. You can feel that.
New athletic director, knew everybody, man. They got rid of everybody left. Like, wow. We have a lot of new faces, but new move to a new conference. But everybody's excited. Oh, get it out.
Gets stuffed. Way up high for that one. Mara the rejection.
Yeah, Cartwright forgot he had a 7'3" guy down there in the paint.
Cartwright tried to get it back. Mara over 2 defenders, gets the pass out. Right side, Stevanovic, no. Tipped alive. This one's going to stay with UCLA. Osibor. That might have just saved the bucket right there with that deflection.
It did, because if he didn't get it, it's going to be a wide open shot. Or a drive to the basket for Sebastian Mack. But right here, the big fella. Adai Moore, he's 7'3". You gotta know that, man. You can't get no shot off in the paint against him, and he's waiting on it. It's great timing.
Washington bench was thinking maybe that was a goaltend. It was close.
No, it was good.
Swap by Moore.
Here's Osabor again with that matchup with Moore. I will pop out if I'm Osabor. There you go. Try to see if he can take him off the dribble. And he's backing him down again. I don't think that's going to work.
Iheanacho in traffic gets hit.
He's an excellent passer, Trent. You know, he can drop some dimes, man. Guys have to be ready to catch it and finish.
Yeah, you see the numbers on Osabor and what he's done. I mean, you could make a case. He could be averaging 2 or 3 more assists a game just with more finishes around the bucket. He is such a good passer, but, man, he does everything for Washington. It's about who's that next guy. Iheanacho's trying to beat that, the transfer from North Dakota.
Iheanacho's not a scorer. He's a great defender. He runs the team, but you're right. They need some other guys to step up, and certain guys have at different times. You know, we talked about DJ Davis having 31 against Illinois. Tyler Harris has had 20-something a few games. Zoom Diallo has played well, but they haven't played well all at the same time, and I think that's what Danny Sprinkler's looking for.
Not to mention Washington. I realize they've lost 7 in a row. They did beat Maryland, but man, they have played a gauntlet of a schedule in the month of January. There's Osabor by Mora to the bucket.
That's the matchup right there. He can take Mora off the dribble all day. I don't think backing him down is going to work, but that's his strength against the big 7'3" guy.
Osabor already with a dozen. There's Andrews to step back. It's missed, and who else but Osabor for the rebound?
He's averaging just under 9 a game, as you see him running the floor here.
Dangerous.
Bad pass. Yeah, careless turnover right there.
And Davis threw that right to Kobe Johnson. An excellent defender in his own right. Here's Clark back in the game.
Yeah, Washington has to know where he is. Hit his first three-point shots.
Mora couldn't handle it. Look out below. Tyler Harris soaring for 2. Cronin calls a timeout. Washington up 7 on a 13-2 run.
I thought Tyler Harris was going to cock that thing back like LeBron, but he ended up dunking that thing like Eldridge McCaffrey, Trent. I thought he was going to throw it down a lot nastier than that, man. You see right here, just a careless pass. Tyler Harris gets it. He's 6'8". I thought he was going to go LeBron and cock that thing back to Tacoma somewhere. It's a great finish in transition.
Kind of looked like Mora, maybe not ready for the pass or maybe a little indecisive.
He wasn't expecting it. I don't think he was expecting it.
Led to the turnover and an easy bucket on the other side. Not just a 13-2 run for the Huskies, who have made 7 of the last 9 shots. It's over the span of 4 minutes and 54 seconds. We're talking close to 5 minutes. UCLA is 2 points.
Like I said, the Huskies came into this one with confidence. They thought they played really well down in L.A., just kind of fell apart at the end. And you can see it. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They hear all the talk about the fact that they're 1-7 in Big Ten play, this and that, so they're stepping up to the challenge. UW with 16 points in the paint to UCLA's 6.
UCLA 5 turnovers, and for 9 fast break points on those 5 turnovers, the Huskies doing a good job taking advantage.
And Frank Kepnon, he won't play a lot of minutes. We were told he's on a minute restriction, maybe 12 to 15, but I think just his presence out there on the floor are giving the Huskies a lift.
Mora, right hand, yes.
That's a great shot, and I think good defensive move by Frank Kepnon just to hold his hands up. Make him make a tough shot. He's 7'3".
Yeah, don't pick up a foul.
Don't pick up a cheap foul, no. Because even though he may only play 12 or 15 minutes, he probably still have 3 or 4 fouls.
He's going to use them.
He's going to use them all. He ain't leaving none on the table. And they had a mismatch right there with Tyler Harris being guarded by Scott Clark, but they couldn't get the ball to him.
A lot of dribbling for Courtright.
Another block by Mara.
It's going to be UCLA basketball.
He's making his presence. He's making his presence felt out there on the defensive end, Trent. That's 7'3". I'm not sure what his wingspan is, but look like he can scratch his kneecap standing straight up, man. His arms are long. Wow, that dude's got some arms and some legs on him.
The thing about Mara, too, is the efficiency. The 6 points, 2 blocks. He's 3 of 3 shooting. And this is something that he does regularly in practice. You know, he'll be 9 of 10, 10 of 12. That happens often.
He's a 65% shooter from the field, leading UCLA. And you see why. At 7'3", he's not one of those stretch 5s that's going to step out to the three-point line. He's an old-school throwback center playing in the paint. I like the young man's game. You can see he's still kind of growing into his body. We talked about his work in the weight room. If he just continues, he has a bright future ahead of him.
Nick Cronin had a line earlier in the year about Mara saying, forget your friends and family. Your best friend in the world right now is Dave Andrews. He's the most important person in your life.
The conditioning coach. Huh?
Yeah, and it's showing right now. And he's become a very good player as the season's progressed. Johnson gets both free throws. We talked earlier about the importance of three-point shooting for Washington. They're 0-4 from behind the arc. 16 of their 22, though, in the paint at this point.
Yeah, they're stepping up in the paint, man. Taking high percentage shots.
That's going to be a walk.
Yeah, the ref was right on top of it.
Fourth turnover.
Tyrese Iheanacho is going to get a blow as Bazumana Diallo checks back in. A freshman from Tacoma Curtis High School, where the legendary Isaiah Thomas from Washington, not the one from Indiana, played. Shot clock off, game clock at 8. You remember that one in the old Pac-12 tournament?
Some legendary moments. Stefanovic fouled by Davis. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one too. Washington, 3-point lead, trying to defend their home floor with UCLA in town. They won back-to-back games. The Huskies up 3.
When I was younger, my calling was to play football. But as I grew older, I realized life isn't about how many people you can knock down. It's about how many people you can lift up. At Ram, our calling is to build game-changing trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
Right now, during the Ram Start Something New sales event, get $6,500 total cash allowance on the purchase of select 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. See your local Ram dealer today.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now, I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some taking Rinvoq felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events. Infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
Thinking of updating my kitchen.
Thinking of redoing our kitchen. We are finally updating our kitchen.
For all those people who never seem to get around to it,
Breakfast number.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving. Really?
Really? At home or in person. That's guidance from Chase.
At Grainger, we know the ones who get it done wear a lot of hats. That's why we're always here for you with professional-grade products and the knowledge to help answer tough product questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What a January slate the Huskies have had to play. Welcome to the Big Ten. We're only going to have to see you face Illinois, Michigan State, Michigan, Purdue, Oregon, and then UCLA at home. This is the light one on what the schedule's been like. And you look at the average net rankings, 18. There's 6 ranked teams in the Big Ten. They played 5 of them in January. February lightens a little bit. We're still going to have to play 5 road games, but I think maybe a little bit of light at the end of the tunnle for Danny Spraker's Huskies.
And one of the toughest schedules in the entire country, not just the Big Ten, but the entire country. Back to back to back to back to back. They're going to call a moving screen, I guess, on William Kyle here.
And you can make the case, the way Washington has played this year, again, it never looks great to be 1-7, but aside from the Michigan State game, they have been in all of those games, and it's been a mistake or two at the end that's cost them.
And a lot of folks aren't talking about the fact that Frank Kepnon hasn't been on the floor Chris Conway, a guy they thought would start at power forward for him, hasn't been on the floor at all. He's out for the entire season. DJ Davis goes down with a sprained ankle, misses a few games. So they haven't been 100%. Speaking of DJ Davis, he missed that one.
And first shot attempt of the game off the mark is Johnson brings it up.
Yeah, but health has been an issue for Washington as well.
So a missed three on one end leads to a three on the other, just like that. We're tied, and it's just kind of been that kind of season for Washington.
Yeah, absolutely right. They got off to a great start. They can't let UCLA get some type of rhythm. Kobe Johnson, a defender, that's what he's known for, but knocked down that three like he was Reggie Miller.
And you're not expecting to score a ton. Meanwhile, Stefanovic, all kinds of room, goes all the way to the hoop and gets a right-handed dunk.
You just can't have a careless turnover like that, Trent. I mean, DJ Davis, he threw it directly to the UCLA player. I'm not sure if somebody was supposed to be in a certain position, but you can't just make the pass because that's what the play calls for. You have to look and make eye contact, man. That's going to drive Danny Sprinkle absolutely nuts.
He ends up calling a timeout after the play, a 9-0 run now for the Bruins, and that's just too easy on the mistake.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get that ball to Great Osabor rolling to the basket, but just a careless turnover, man. You just can't have those. You have to take care of the basketball in Big Ten play. You can't give away points like that. That's too easy.
And when these teams got together before, again, Washington very much in the game at Pauley Pavilion until the Bruins answered the 12-0 run, created a little cushion. Washington crept back in. Bruins answer an 11-0 run in the second half, and that's just how they were able to get the victory, an 11-point game in Westwood.
The impressive thing about this to me, Trent, is the fact that UCLA is doing this without their leading scorer, Tyler Bilodeau, on the floor, who did something to his ankle, his calf, or something. But they're making this run with him on the bench, man. And all of a sudden they have the lead. It looked like the Huskies were in control.
And he just went back into the tunnel. He hasn't gone into the locker room, but just kind of hanging out, trying to feel that ankle out a little bit.
I think he's trying to keep it loose and stay warm, because if you let it get stiff, it's going to really tighten up.
You can see him at the top of your screen there, up in the corner. Meanwhile, Courtwright's going to watch. It's no good. UCLA maintains momentum.
Scott Clark got off to a good start for him, but he's been quiet since those first three-point shots he made.
Yeah, Scott Clark makes those 3 threes out of the jump. Washington answered. It's been all UCLA over the last 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, I thought Dylan Andrews had a chance to step back. That's going to be an offensive foul.
Stefanovic, the guy that just does everything, wins the 50-50 battles, and read that beautifully.
Just a great job of establishing position, holding his ground and drawing the charge. I could see it before it even happened. You could see it coming. You know, Cartwright should have just went up and went vertical. You know, but he jumped directly into him. And just a great job by Stefanovic.
So now the Huskies have gone over 3 minutes without scoring and have coughed it up 3 times in that same span.
I think the biggest thing is the turnovers, man. You just can't have those turnovers. They're careless. It's not like UCLA is even forcing it.
Bruins are already such a great defensive team. You can't give them anything extra, anything easy. And Andrews with space knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Well, they got the shot they wanted right there. They ran their offense, executed it absolutely excellent. The defender tried to shoot the gap. Dylan Andrews just fades and knocks down a nice jumper.
So now the Bruins have countered an 11-0 run of their own. They're up by 4, 5:41 to go. As it also feels like the Bruins have settled in on Osabor and really taking him away.
They are. They're going to focus on it. You know that. But what can you say, Trent? They've had 3 times down the court where they just turned the ball over, not even giving them a chance to get a good look at the basket. An offensive foul when the defender was sitting there with what looked like 5 minutes. I could see him. I'm surprised Cartwright couldn't.
So there's Bilodeau back from the tunnel. He's going to take his seat on the bench here.
He's walking tenderly, though, Trent. You can just see.
He's
taking steps to sit down, man. Looked like it was really, really bothering him.
I'm sure UCLA would love to limit his minutes as much as possible tonight with what's ahead for UCLA and what they hope this season's going to be. You just don't want that to become anything more. Got to try to take care of business on the road tonight. First, though, as Sky Clark gets hit going up.
That's a nice drive by Sky Clark. They have to close out on him hard because he's already hit 3 3-pointers. And he's smart. He put it on the floor. So
this is earlier in the game when Bilodeau went down, chasing after Osabor. take a look at that right ankle right there. Clearly painful. I mean,
then he fell awkwardly too, and this really still bothered him. As I look at him over there on the sideline, that's a tough blow for UCLA. He's from the state of Washington. I'm sure he has a lot of family and friends in attendance here, coming over from the Tri-Cities and Kennewick. Watch that young man at Oregon State. You know, he came in his freshman year playing mostly with his back to the basket, but has expanded his game and can knock down the three-point shot now, and he's really turned into a nice player.
Diallo through the hands of Osibor. Another turnover for the Huskies.
Well, that was a good pass. That went right through Great's hands. He should have had that one.
Stefanovic traveled.
Yeah.
Boy, too much space.
He got excited. He saw the hard closeout. He wanted to get to the cup. Drag that pivot foot and travel.
I mean, Lazar Stefanovic hadn't scored in either of the last two games. After having 10 in back-to-back games against Gonzaga and Nebraska earlier in the year, he was their top rebounder last season, as we see Diallo go to the bench for Washington. But an impactful player for UCLA that kind of seeing the role reduced a little bit in conference. Iheanacho from downtown missed.
That's the shot right there Washington has to make. That's the third block for Mara. We got a hand on that one, Trent.
7-3 with a wingspan that feels like it's 10-3. And a travel there for Clark.
Yeah, he's a long dude, man. Look, Mick Cronin is not happy. He's about to blow a gasket. But then again, Mick Cronin always look like he's about to blow a gasket. Yeah, we're going to take another look right here. Grant Osibor think he has a good look, and big fella gets a hand on it.
8th missed three for the Huskies. Yeah, how much space do you feel like you need? And Osibor thought he had plenty, and then all of a sudden, Mara just able to get the fingertips on it.
It's deceptive, man. He's a big dude, but I think folks think they can get shots off against him. Oh, wow.
And Davis with an air ball.
Yeah, that one wasn't even close.
And he was brought here to be a three-point shooter, and you're just kind of hoping DJ Davis, if you're a Washington fan, can get something going on the outside again to take some of the pressure off of Osibor, because right now UCLA can focus entirely on Great, and there's really not that second scoring.
Yeah, there's no threats out there, man. That's why they're always able to sit somebody in his lap and make it really, really difficult for him to score. You told me, though, when DJ Davis was at UC Irvine, he was a stud. He was knocking down those shots that he's missing here at the Big Ten level.
Yeah, he could be a Big West Player of the Year type of guy. It's just been different for him in the Big East and the Big Ten. Trent Perry didn't play against Wisconsin. He's the star prospect for UCLA. He just made the pass to Mara, who missed.
How about that? He did a pirouette to the right-handed. I don't even know what that was. It's some type of shot. Yeah, where's the offense going to come for Washington now with Great Osibor not on the floor? It's way too much dribbling right now.
Gets stopped again. Another rejection.
That's 4 for the big fella.
Mora in on it. Here comes Perry to the bucket. And he's fouled on the ground first.
But that's the difference with Frank Kepnon. The foul was called, but he's not going to let you get anything easy. But a dive Mora, ladies and gentlemen. The 7'3" guy is stepping up big time for UCLA. He's just blocking absolutely everything. I don't know if he got a piece of Frank Kepnon's arm right there, because it didn't look like he got the ball. He did. That's a missed foul.
Huh? Oh, that's very,
Right?
This store doesn't have agent force, so an AI agent didn't tip off the stylist as to what I might actually wear.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a commitment. Hey, bud, what do you think?
You know, people can see you out here.
Yeah, right. Love you too. Agent Force helps retailers prevent fashion fails. It's what AI was meant to be.
Let's start the bidding at $5 million. Thank you, sir.
These people of privilege, hoarding the financial advantages for far too long.
7.5 at the back.
Look at them, unaware that Robinhood Gold members now enjoy the VIP treatment.
$10 million on the
The
right.
3% IRA match on retirement contributions.
$11 million, sir.
Once they discover their privileges are no longer exclusive, their fragile reality will plunge into disarray.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
Can they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
You never want to lose your edge. And the Lexus RX completely understands that.
Coffee Mate is the world's biggest coffee lover. Because
Oh, you are? Because I have a sign. Do you have a sign?
No, we don't have a sign. Fine, you're the biggest coffee lover.
At Harbor Freight, we do business differently from the other guys. We design and test our own tools and sell them directly to you. No middleman, just quality tools you can trust at prices you'll love.
Spoons, they're out. Panera's new ciabatta dippers are in. Each melty sandwich paired with a perfect portion of soup is made to dip. Go for the French dipper or spicy chicken dipper. No spoon necessary when your sandwich is built to do the dipping. Only at Panera for a limited time.
Coming up on the Ram Trucks halftime report, see how Purdue never let Michigan into their top 25 matchup. Penn State and Iowa, they went down to the wire, and 10th-ranked Marquette fought to get back atop the Big East. Trent, Eldridge, we'll see you guys at the break.
All right, looking forward to that, Rob. Thank you very much. In the win against Wisconsin, and he's already just a swat machine tonight in the last 5.5 minutes especially.
Yeah, he's making his presence known at 7'3" on the defensive end and had an excellent offensive game against Wisconsin. He's giving UCLA a big lift off the bench. He's a nice-looking player, man, and we all know a long line of great centers at UCLA. And I'm not sure, he's a sophomore?
Sophomore from Spain, yeah.
Sophomore, so if he stays, man, he's got a chance to be really a big-time dynamic player.
Perry able to convert the front end of the 1-and-1. Yeah, his development is impressive as he's gotten better as the season's gone on. He's going to have to continue to be that. And we just showed Washington hasn't made a bucket in 5.5 minutes. They've missed 7 shots in that span, haven't scored at all in 2.5 minutes.
They've been turning the ball over. That's one reason why they haven't even been getting a shot attempt. And it's tough to score if you can't even get a look. Got to take care of the basketball.
7 turnovers and 0 for 9 from behind the arc. No. Mara goes up and just ripped it off the rim.
Yeah, that was a great look for Big Frank. Had Sky Clark on him and just shot right over the top of him, but couldn't get it to go.
Mara. DJ Davis trying to take it away. He ends up picking up his second foul.
And he's looking like he didn't do anything. He grabs all arm. He didn't grab any ball at all. Great Osibor is going to come back in.
Yeah, just how long can you leave Osibor on the bench? You need him to play.
You got to be out
35, 36 minutes a night.
He's the big in-and-out guy. He got to earn that money. He got to earn that money, Trent. He got to earn those NIL dollars, man. And speaking of NIL, I want to give a shout out to Ed O'Bannon, man, who started this whole thing. I don't know if Ed is watching, but I know he's a UCLA legend. And Ed started this whole thing, name, image, and likeness, and college athletes are really taking advantage of it. And the disappointing thing for me is Ed didn't get anything out of it. He didn't get a dime, man. I remember him telling a story about his friend's son sitting on the couch saying, "Man, I'm playing this game here. I paid $60 for it, you got nothing." So Ed, if you're watching, man, you did a great thing for the college athletes. Much love to you, brother.
Paved the way.
Yes, he did.
Certainly. Diallo back in the game for Washington.
Yeah, the Huskies need a bucket here. 7-point game with 2:30 left. Look like Zoom is going to try to do it himself.
And he gets fouled.
I'm not sure if he knows Perry, but he just went right at him. He waved off the play and just tried to back him down. So maybe they have some history.
Well, at a certain point, too, I mean, when you've gone this long without putting the ball in the hoop, I mean, does it party if you're, a stud freshman, and those guys both are freshmen in the same class? Diallo probably just like, hey, let me take over. We got to do something here.
It's something because, I know when I was a freshman, we had a guy named Chris Phelps. I couldn't just back my guy. I had to get that ball to him. And with Osibor out there, I would think that would be the guy you would go to, but Zoom's a competitor. Yeah, he saw something in that matchup that he liked. We just thought he could wave off the play and just back Perry down.
Christian Velp, a legend.
Yes, sir.
At Washington.
Number should be retired. I'm saying that to the Washington Huskies athletic department right now. Chris Velp, number 40, should be hanging from the rafters. If I'm not mistaken, he's still Washington's all-time leading scorer.
His son, Colin, had a pretty good career at Irvine with DJ Davis. Meanwhile, on the other side, Perry misses a three. Mora gets a second chance for the Bruins.
Yeah, that length of Adai Mora, a 7'3", because Frank Kepner, 6'11", he just reached over the top of him.
Right side three, Daly from downtown.
Yeah, Eric Daly Jr. It's a nice-looking player, a lefty, number 3. Speaking of Ed O'Bannon, another lefty.
Daly was kind of quiet in the Wisconsin win. Had just 4 points, but was huge against Iowa the game before. And a tip jam. Welcome back, Frank Kepner.
I told you, Trent, the 6'11" energizing buddy, ladies and gentlemen. Frank Kepner making me get out of my seat. Throw it down, big fella.
Maybe that the spark to get the Huskies.
Oh, it's got the crowd into it a little bit for sure.
You know, through all this, only a 2-possession game. Dangerous pass gets taken away.
Yeah, that was a bad pass by Adai Mora. He's not used to making post-entry passes. He tried to go high-low, didn't put enough on it.
You look great. Diallo over the right side.
Tough shot.
Teardrop from Tyler Harris, the Portland transfer, and now back-to-back buckets and a little bit of momentum. So through all of that, the long drought and all, the Huskies are within 4.
Yeah, we got ourselves a good one here, Trent.
You can feel Alaska Airlines Arena starting to pick up the intensity a little bit. The dog pack waking up. Not close yet. Yeah, Clark had the first 3. Daly's second chance. That's no good. Up ahead. Great Osobor to the bucket. Blocked by Johnson. And a foul. Boy, Kobe Johnson came flying in, and Osobor went down hard.
Well, the one thing I know about Kobe Johnson from his days at USC, he's not going to give up any easy baskets. As we take another look at it here. Great goes up. Just a good play on the ball. Just a good hard foul. I don't think there was anything intentional there or flagrant or anything like that. Kobe Johnson's a competitor. He's not going to give a easy 2 points up on a fast break like that.
Johnson got 90% ball and just kind of hit the arm on the comeback. It was
going to look for a possible flagrant foul.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan, man. The game has just gotten too soft. You know, it's just a good basketball play right there.
And you're trying to see, and again, the officials are going to take a peek here and see if this is going to end up being a flagrant one. Anything to the head or neck area, that's what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, he makes a play on the ball. As you can see, he got a lot of the basketball right there. This was a good, tough play, in my opinion. That's a play on.
So Johnson goes up, gets arm.
Yeah, there's nothing there. Not a hit to the head, the face, the body, or nothing. Got the ball. You know, he obviously fouled him, but that's about it.
Yeah, and Great went down hard, and there have been some of those moments.
Well, Great is smart. He's trying to sell it. You know, he's trying to sell it. He's going to your neck of the woods, He's going to Hollywood, man.
So there you go.
That's a good job by our excellent officiating crew. I see Nunez down there on the floor. Guy that's been around for a long time. One of the best in the business. And I'm glad they did a quick review and say, hey, let's play.
Yeah, emphasis on quick review. Sometimes the reviews can get lengthy, but I know that that's been a major point of emphasis from the referees and the NCAA, trying to make those reviews as quick and efficient as possible and get back to playing. You want to take a look at it, make sure you get it right. Officials did that. Osobor goes to the line to shoot 2.
Oh, it's big boy basketball, Tris. You want to see guys go out there and compete. Obviously, you don't want to see anyone get hurt. But, you know, we're all taught, don't give up any easy baskets at all, especially a dunk in transition. So you always want to send a guy to the line. Yeah, Osobor knocks them both down. He's got a nice stroke. Like I said, I think the free throw thing for him is just all mental. You're excited since that Frank Kepner done. Look at you, man. You're not even sitting down.
Well,
standing up.
Washington's countered with a 6-0 run. And now as UCLA holds for the final shot, It's just a one-possession game through all of this in Seattle tonight. Daly Jr. flying through, gets the lane to go, and UCLA will go up by 4 and take a 4-point lead into the break.
Yeah, just a beautiful finish by Eric Daly Jr., a left-handed player who drove in there, and he finishes that one with the right hand. Nice move.
All right, we got halftime coming up here in Seattle. UCLA 36, Washington 32. After the break, we're going to send it to Los Angeles for the Ram Trucks halftime report. Stick around for that. Plenty more coming up here on Fox.
Known for pursuing your passions. No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is known to treat cancer. FDA approved for 17 types of cancer, including certain early stage and advanced cancers. One of those cancers is early-stage non-small cell lung cancer. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies before surgery when you have early-stage lung cancer, which can be removed by surgery, and then continued alone after surgery to help prevent your lung cancer from coming back.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, persistent or severe muscle pain or weakness, muscle cramps, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune system problems such as Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or lupus. If you've had or plan to have an organ, tissue, or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system condition such as myasthenia gravis or Guillain-Barré syndrome.
Keytruda is an immunotherapy and is also being studied in hundreds of clinical trials exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See all the types of cancer Keytruda is known for at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda could be right for you.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you can buy one and add one for $1. Enjoy meal deals and treat yourself to deals in the app. There's always ways to save, all day, every day. Get more than you expect with new McValue.
Do you want a ding to your credit? I don't want a ding. So when I needed a new credit card, I went to Experian. See these cards with no ding decline? Your credit won't take a ding if you're declined, so you can apply with confidence. Get the Experian app now.
Bill stole my sister. There's a bounty on her. You ever shoot a man?
The Thicket, rated R.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. Go to DealDash.com and see how much you can save.
Introducing Mando Whole Body Deodorant. Mando's different. It's tough enough to control body odor in all your toughest smelling places. How does Mando work? Rather than covering up odor with heavy fragrances, Mando stops odor before it starts. Our formula is powered by an acidified technology and pH optimized. It works by blocking bacteria from digesting fluids on your skin like sweat anywhere on your body. Order Mando Whole Body Deodorant today and control your body odor better everywhere.
For the best deals, go to shopmando.com.
Start your weekend with a slam on Fox College Hoops Friday. Big-time rivalries every Friday, all season long. To the bucket. Fox College Hoops Friday tips off at 8 Eastern.
Welcome to the Ram Halftime Report, sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. How about this play from the great one? Right, also, we're looking like a young LaFonso Ellis. He's got a game-high 16, but his Huskies trailed by 4. You used to be able to pull that off, right?
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Kind of talking with your mouth closed. A little bit. Welcome inside our Fox Sports College Hoops home. LaFonso Ellis, Rob Stone here with you late night. The Bruins' much-needed 2-game win streak really sparked by the guard plays you've been talking about tonight. No exception tonight as we take in our halftime highlights, sponsored by Ram Trucks.
Scott Clark has been absolutely terrific in this game. He's come out aggressive, looking for scoring opportunities. Started out, scored the first 9 points for UCLA tonight from the three-point line. Was 3 of 3 at that time, 3 of 5. And we talked about the need for the guards to be able to step up to give Tyler Bilodeau a bit of a break and some balance to that offense. And he's certainly done that in this game. And Tyler Bilodeau injured early in this game, and Adai Mara came off the bench and did a terrific job. 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 block shots.
Think about what Mara did last game. Career high 22 points, 7 for 7 from the floor. Not bad for a guy coming off the bench. And again, he's getting called on. Tyler Bilodeau, just 3 minutes of action due to that injury. 0 for 2 on the floor. So right now, UCLA without Bilodeau having the lead on the road. Tomorrow, make sure to catch both of UConn's basketball teams live over on Fox. First up, 5:30 Eastern, it's the women's team. They're ranked number 6 in the nation. They're in Omaha taking on Creighton. Then the UConn men on the road in Cincy as they take on Xavier on Fox. Primetime hoops at 8 Eastern. Tonight's top 25 showdown from West Lafayette produced a dream start for Purdue. See the best of the Boilermakers this season coming up next.
Ready or not, here I come.
After his historic season, Saquon delivered an iconic playoff performance to put the Eagles in the NFC Championship.
Saquon Barkley to the rescue.
Now with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line, they'll take on the Commanders' rookie sensation, Jaden Daniels, who looks to shock the world and send Washington to their first title game in 33 years.
Touchdown, Washington!
The NFC Championship. Coverage begins Sunday at 1 Eastern on Fox.
Inside every dog is a struggle between good.
Oh boy, those look really good.
And fun.
No way they're as fun as our chewy squeaky chicky.
No, let's have some good.
More chewie's more fun. Have fun.
Good.
Fun.
But there doesn't have to be.
Good and fun. Bye-bye, chickie.
Let your dog indulge both sides with the delicious, long-lasting chew sessions of good and fun treats for dogs. Let dogs dog.
Lynn?
Why are you screaming?
Because you're screaming. Are you hiding from used car shopping?
Yeah. What if I overpay?
I get it. Nearly half of all used cars have been in an accident. But that's nothing to be afraid of.
Show me, Carfox.
Knowing how a car's accident history impacts price means you don't have to overpay.
Way better. Popcorn?
Definitely. No fear, just Fox. Say show me at Carfax.com.
Subway's got a new meal of the day with chips and a drink for just $6.99. Or if you're big hungry, make it a footlong for only $3 more. Big hungry. Is that a thing? That should be a thing. Find your fresh with the all-new $6.99 meal of the day at Subway.
Valvoline Restore and Protect. A first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean by removing up to 100% of deposits. Restore your engine to perform like new. Restore and Protect. Another first from Valvoline.
This is the mark of a fighter. A rich, full-flavored lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. A reward for those with a fighting spirit. You've earned this, so hold it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger than Tylenol rapid release gels. Also from Advil, Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact and lasts up to 8 hours.
A new postseason tournament has arrived. The College Basketball Crown. 16 teams from the top conferences put it all on the line for a new kind of madness.
Watch out!
Coming this March, live from Las Vegas.
A champion will be crowned. To the bucket!
The College Basketball Crown, March 31st on Fox and FS1.
Sunday, historic rivals collide. Trip to Super Bowl 59 on the line. Washington, Philly. Who do you like, LaFonso?
I'm going with Washington.
because
their quarterback play is just
Jaden Daniels.
Unbelievable. Jaden Daniels, man, he's got a cannon.
Watch out for Saquon Barkley, though, my friend. Pre-game coverage starts at 1 Eastern. Kickoff at 3, only on Fox. 10th-ranked Marquette came into the evening knowing an 8th straight win over Villanova would move them back into a tie atop the Big East with St. John's. Final seconds of the first half, Marquette would go up 10 with one of their 9 triples on the evening.
Yeah, Villanova could not keep Marquette out of the lane, off the dribble. 38 points in the paint for Marquette would set up their 3-ball game, which they made 9.
Eric Dixon struggled through a majority of this one. Jordan Longino picking it up. He had a game-high 27. In the end, though, there's Stevie Mitchell, part of his team-high 21. Marquette, St. John's now tied atop the Big East. Over to the Big Ten earlier tonight on Fox. Purdue had their way with Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan struggled all year with turnovers. The worst turnover ratio in the Big Ten. 22 turnovers this game led to 29 Purdue Boilermaker points.
On the flip side, Purdue turned it over just 6 times, had 19 fast break points, and what a game for Braden Smith. You saw the alley-oop earlier in the highlights. He finished game-high 24, 10 assists also. His 8th double-double, second most of the Big Ten wire-to-wire win. Penn State at Iowa. Drew Thelwell finishes this one on the other end to put the Hawkeyes up 7, and Thelwell had 16.
Drew Thelwell has been a nice addition to this team, and this is an Iowa team that leads the Big Ten in three-point made field goals. They made 11 in this game.
Hey, Penn State made it interesting late. Conan Niederhauser with 13. They had a chance. Ace Baldwin from 3. Zach Hicks forces it up. Iowa's 3-game losing streak is over with the 1-point win. Eric Daly Jr., he's got 7, and his Bruins now just 20 minutes away from a 3rd straight win.
It all started with a small business idea.
It's a pillow with a speaker in it. That's right, Craig.
Pulling in the perfect team to get the job done.
I'm just here for the internet. AT&T, it's super fast.
You locked us out?
And when we were thrown a curveball, we had everything we needed.
Is the internet out? Don't worry, we have AT&T internet backup.
The next level network for small business.
I sold a pillow.
Inez, let me ask you. You're using Head & Shoulders, right?
Only when I see flakes. Then I switch back to my regular shampoo.
You should use it every wash. Otherwise, the flakes will come back.
He's right, you know.
Is that Tiny Troy?
The ingredients in Head & Shoulders keep the microbes that cause flakes that big.
Microbes? Really?
They're always on your scalp. But good news, there's no itchiness, dryness, or flakes down here.
I love Tiny Troy and his tiny, gorgeous hair.
Make every wash count.
And for stubborn dandruff, try Head & Shoulders Clinical Strength.
Hey guys, there's a change in the air.
2 changes.
2 changes.
The 3-row luxury TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe.
Coffee Mate is the world's biggest coffee lover. Because
Oh, you are? Because I have a sign. Do you have a sign?
No, we don't have a sign. Fine, you're the biggest coffee lover.
Domino's Specialty Chicken. 4 tasty topping combos loaded on tender, juicy chicken. It kind of makes us wonder why we don't call it loaded chicken. Well, okay, now we do. Domino's Loaded Chicken. Specialty chicken is now Domino's Loaded Chicken.
You'll be back! Emus can't help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
And Doug.
Well, I'll be. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Daytona. This is that moment. If he could pull this off, this is what this vision and dream's all about. Bobby Allison takes command. Jeff Gordon looking for the checkered flag. Earnhardt to the inside. Here comes Gano. Here they come, Galana.
Why has America accepted the wait for payday? When life doesn't wait for you to get paid. Introducing My Pay from Chime, a revolutionary new way of getting your pay when you want. Get up to $500 of your pay before payday. No interest, no credit check, no mandatory fees. When any day is payday, it's a good day. Get paid when you say with MyPay. Get started at Chime.com.
Introducing Mando Whole Body Deodorant. Mando's different. It's tough enough to control body odor in all your toughest smelling places. How does Mando work? Rather than covering up odor with heavy fragrances, Mando stops odor before it starts. Our formula is powered by an acidified technology and pH optimized. It works by blocking bacteria from digesting fluids on your skin like sweat anywhere on your body. Order Mando Whole Body Deodorant today and control your body odor better everywhere.
For the best deals, go to shopmando.com.
Great night in Seattle where Washington trying to pull off the upset on their home floor over UCLA, 36-32 as we get set to begin the start of the second half. Time now to take a look at tonight's stat comparison powered by Ram Trucks, built to serve. And well, the Bruins were able to drive right by Washington several times getting to the bucket. Huskies really struggling, though, from behind the arc.
Yeah, it's been the story all season long. 0 for 9. They've got to find somebody that can knock down some perimeter shots. I know I'm sounding like a broken record to the Husky fans that are watching, but that's just the absolute truth. 0 for 9 tonight. Struggling all season long. They got to find somebody that can knock that shot down from behind the arc, Trent.
Neither team did a particularly great job protecting the basketball. 8 turnovers for UCLA, 7 for Washington. I'd have to imagine right now the story for UCLA is that man, Tyler Bilodeau, rolled his ankle, questionable to return in this game. He was just going through warm-ups. Looks like he's going to try to give it a go. We'll see. But, boy, if he doesn't play, that's a huge miss for UCLA not to have their leading scorer on the floor.
Well, that'll be a huge blow. You know, that young man is from the Tri-Cities in Kennewick. As we take a look at him right here, you can see right there he tweaked that ankle, and he just hasn't been the same. You know, but that'll be a big blow for UCLA.
There he is in warm-ups after rolling that right ankle. Again, just trying to get the feel for it. And you could tell he stayed in the game after the injury, was not the same guy.
Well, everybody wears those low tops, man. I don't know if I was a high top guy back in my day, Trent, you know, because I had weak ankles as well. But hopefully Tyler Bilodeau is okay. I know he has a lot of family and friends that probably drove over from Kennewick to see him play.
Yeah, this is clearly an important game to him, and he's a tough guy, the transfer from Oregon State, and as he heads to the bench,
you can just see him, even the way he walks back to the bench, he's walking back to the bench gingerly, which lets me know, as being a former player, that it's bothering him. He's not starting his second half. That's not a good sign, because if he can stay warm, because, man, if that ankle cools off, it's going to tighten up and it's going to start swelling, and that's not good.
In the process, Adai Mara takes a bigger role as he's back out. Now to start the second half. Daly's had some big moments, including a bucket to close out the half. That time, worked his feet around the inside and gets a layup.
I thought he was going to get stuck underneath the basket, but he had made up his mind as soon as he got the ball that he was going to try to score, and a nice basket for him. Finished the first half with that beautiful right-handed finish, and he picks up right where he left off.
Washington had some long scoring droughts in the first. Osibor, with 2 guys on him, somehow gets the pass through and underneath. Oh, a miss down low by Diallo. Second chance coming. Davis. No. 0 for 3 from behind the arc.
That's the shot he has to make, Trent. He has to make that one. Wide open 3. Great look by great Osibor to find him. Just can't get it going. That sprained ankle where he missed a couple games. Just hasn't found his rhythm from the three-point line yet.
Mara with the mismatch down low. Gets hit. They're saying all ball. It's going to be a turnover, and Washington takes over. Up top.
Zoom, you can see Zoom isn't really comfortable shooting the 3. He had a wide open look right there. He turned it down. Got to take that shot and make a miss. You got to take it.
Long 2, and Diallo knocks it down.
That's where he's more comfortable. 15 to 18 feet. Really good player. Just needs to work on that 3 ball, and man, I tell you what, he'll be tough to guard.
Washington 11 for 18 on 2s. It's like they're making their 2s. It's the fact that they're 0 for 10 from behind the arc is a huge issue. Osibor got a little fancy with that one. Davis saved it. Back to Great. Great to the bucket. No, he crashes in. And now we'll shoot 2.
Yeah, Osibor got lucky that time. I thought that was a good block up top by Adai Mara. But he obviously got him with some body.
And that's been one weakness of Osibor. He has turned it over at times. He did that against UCLA. Nearly did right here.
Well, he got lucky right there with that behind-the-back pass that was thrown almost out of bounds. DJ Davis was able to save it. Yeah, the Huskies have been careless with the ball on offense, and I know that's something that Danny Sprinkle talked to us about at shoot-around. They have to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
One possession game. So then the Huskies have not made a three, and they're only down by a three at this point in the ball game. They've done a lot else right.
They're a tough team at home. Their struggles have come more on the road. At home, they're pretty competitive.
Kobe Johnson right side gets his second of the night.
Yeah, that was a straight yakum right there by Kobe Johnson. Just too easy of a look, though. He's wide open. Veteran guy. He's been there before. You got to run him off that three-point line.
Two-time all-conference defensive player last couple of seasons at USC. Now another miss for Washington as UCLA tries to extend this lead.
Yeah, I can't believe he went down Figueroa and went right to Westfield. This would have never happened in my day trip to go from SC to UCLA.
Hasn't happened since World War II. Perfect pass right there, the feed from Andrews, able to find Johnson for two.
Yeah, beautiful look by Dylan Andrews and a nice cut by Kobe Johnson. He's giving his Bruins a nice spark. They're now up 8.
That one knocked away. It's going to stay with Washington. The other thing for UCLA, you mentioned how Washington's a tough team at home. UCLA trying to be a better team on the road. They've had some long road trips. They're 13-2 this year in the Pacific and Mountain time zones, but they have not gotten a win in the East or Central time zones, and obviously now in the Big Ten, that's going to happen. They're still going to make 2 more trips away from the West Coast.
Yeah, I heard Mick Cronin talk about when he took the job, he looked at their record headed East because it's just tough going East to play with the time change.
Deep in the shot clock, great Osibor gets the reverse layup.
Yeah, I talked about it in the first half. Adai Moore is going to have a tough time staying with great Osibor if he puts that ball on the floor and takes him off the dribble. He's just not quick enough with his lateral movement to stay in front of him.
Osibor with 19 of the 37 for the Huskies. I mean, this guy's doing everything. Daly answers.
Yeah, Daly out there looking like Ed O'Bannon. Man, he's giving the Huskies the business. That's 11 for him.
Bruins with 3 in double figures, plus Morris 8 with 5 rebounds and 3 block shots. Bruins been very balanced this year. Diallo on the drive, knocked away. Daly picks it up.
A good hand by Sky Clark, getting his hand in there, creating that turnover.
Breitenbach tried to take the charge instead, picks up a blocking foul, and now the Bruins rolling here in Seattle up by 8 as we take a timeout here at Alaska Airlines Arena.
Get ready for Super Bowl licks.
No, that's Super Bowl 59, Gronk.
It's going down live in the Big Easy with a performance by John Batiste. Tubi red carpet arrivals with Olivia Culpo and Michael, Howie, Terry, Jimmy, Kurt, and Jay break it all down with Aaron and Rinaldi. Plus Kevin and Tom on the call.
Fun fact, I played with Tom.
We know. Everyone knows. It's the Super Bowl pregame show.
Live on Fox and streaming on Tubi.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some taking Rinvoq felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions. GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events. Infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
UCLA up by 8, 15:51 to go. Kobe Johnson, such a veteran, Eldridge, just knows right where to go on the floor at all times.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at him You know, he reminds me of Steph Curry on this play, just moving without the basketball. We see him gets the ball right here. He's going to do a little DHO. Run to the weak side, as we see him right here. Passes it, cuts. And then Tyler Harris does a ball watch for just a second. He cuts back door for the easy lay-in. That's an excellent job of moving without the basketball by Kobe Johnson, who's off to a great start here in this second half. More known for his defense, but he's stepping up offensively here tonight for UCLA. He has 10.
Yeah, the 10 points, has made a couple of threes. He's the Bruins leader in rebounds, assists, steals, pretty much everything but scoring. And he's getting some scoring done tonight with Tyler Bilodeau on the bench, rolled that right ankle early in the game, played just 3 minutes.
Well, with a name like Kobe, you better be able to score. The Black Mamba, baby. Second best player I ever saw behind Mike.
Swing pass, Andrews with space. Miss.
That was a good look by Dylan Andrews. And here we see great Osobor. He can get it off the glass, bring it down, and initiate the offense.
UCLA certainly want to make sure they take care of business tonight, knowing that their next game is going to be at USC. Obviously, rivalry game. Musselman has the Trojans playing better of late. And then Oregon and Michigan State are the next 2 games after that. So every night is tough in this conference. And stroking the three from the right side, Tyree Iheanacho.
That's a big-time shot right there by Tyrese Iheanacho. UCLA is not going to guard him out there, so he has to take it, and he has to knock it down, and he did. Huge shot for the Huskies.
First made 3 for Washington, and then they get a turnover.
Yeah, that's great Osobor with those hands. That's why he's averaging 2 steals a game as a power forward.
Sky Clark poked it loose as the Huskies got out and running in transition, but now Washington's starting to play with some confidence. And again, the way this game has gone, there's been no question the Huskies have struggled for long stretches, but still a 2-possession game through all of this.
If they could just knock down some perimeter shots, Trent, it's going to make all the difference in the world. It's going to shoot their confidence through the roof.
Meanwhile, I'm sure there are Husky fans saying, wait a minute, we've seen this before. It's happened several times in Big Ten games where Washington has been in it all the way to the end and then just unable to close, and the Bruins hoping that the Huskies don't figure that out tonight.
Yeah, that guy right there, number 11, he's a difference maker for him, especially on the defensive end. Big Frank Kepnon brings a lot of passion and energy to the game.
Courtwright steps up. Another miss from behind the arc. Some of these missed threes almost feel like turnovers on some empty possessions.
Yeah, because they bounce out to long rebounds. You see UCLA, they're just going to be patient and run their stuff and get the shot that they want.
Sebastian Mack closed out the win at Wisconsin, or against Wisconsin rather, but misses that floater.
He wants to get to the cup. He's not going to shoot a three. He's going to put his head down and try to get to the basket. He had great Osobor on him that time. Tyler Harris thinks he has a mismatch with the smaller Sky Harris on him, and he does, and he scores.
Gets the bucket just like that. It's a 3-point game. The Huskies back in business on their home floor.
Yeah, good recognition by Tyler Harris. Seeing he had a height advantage against Sky Clark, just took him down to the paint and shot right over the top of him. No help by UCLA. Got to send somebody over there.
Bruins have now gone close to 3 minutes without scoring. The defense chance from the dog pack. Picking up the intensity. Way deep three. Sebastian Mack says, hey, Eldridge, I can knock him down from distance.
Sebastian Mack said, take that, Eldridge McCaslin. Yak him. Oh, I played with his dad, Sam Mack, with the Houston Rockets band, and his dad was a stud. And that young man is a stud, too. Coming off the bench like Sam Cassell, putting in work for UCLA, averaging 11 a game. Sebastian Mack, ladies and gentlemen, yak him.
Leading scorer off the bench. Third leading scorer on the squad. Mack gets a huge three. Then Osobor gets stopped in response. William Kyle comes up for the rejection. Daly on the other end. Answered by Kepnon.
Yeah, that's what the big fella Frank Kepnon brings to the table right there. Rim protection.
Offensive foul. And what a defensive showcase we're getting tonight in Seattle.
That's a great job by UCLA taking another charge. Yeah, great defense on both ends.
It started.
Kepnon coming into your picture. Get it out of here. Number 4.
Mack just waiting for it. That was pretty impressive. I mean, UCLA is a really, really good defensive team, but Washington rising to the moment against the Bruins here in this ball game.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's going to affect Washington is Frank Kepnon is on a minutes restriction. Now you see he's back out of the game, but I think he's playing great in his first game back.
Osborne gets it just taken away by Kobe Johnson.
He dribbled right into Kobe Johnson in a dime more. There was nothing there, Trent.
Mack now gets another. Sebastian Mack second.
Oh, the Mack attack. Do your thing, young fellas. Show out in Seattle. Oh, Sebastian Mack. He's a baller, man.
UCLA with a 9-point lead, their biggest of the evening. 12:05 to go in this one. What a ball game we got,
Yes, sir. We got ourselves a good one, ladies and gentlemen. If you got to go to the bathroom, you better hurry up and get back.
Sebastian Mack taking over. Knock him down from distance.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardians at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardians can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardians and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardians may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardians. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardians is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
Oh, that's very,
Right?
This store doesn't have agent force, so an AI agent didn't tip off the stylist as to what I might actually wear.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a commitment. Hey, bud, what do you think?
You know, people can see you out here.
Yeah, right. Love you too. Agent Force helps retailers prevent fashion fails. It's what AI was meant to be.
All right, trainees, let's say Glenn is a customer.
I'm a customer in this scenario.
What do we do?
Protect what's important to him.
And how do we do this?
We help with car, home,
Both.
RV coverage.
Great, apply coverages. Because you never know what life is going to surprise you with at 90 miles per hour.
Did Coach say 90?
Push him out there.
You've got this, Glenn.
Am I gonna feel this? I felt that.
Is he okay?
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Oh, he's moving.
Domino's Specialty Chicken. 4 tasty topping combos loaded on tender, juicy chicken. It kind of makes us wonder why we don't call it loaded chicken. Well, okay, now we do. Domino's Loaded Chicken. Specialty chicken is now Domino's Loaded Chicken.
Tomorrow on Fox, catch a UConn basketball doubleheader first, 5:30 Eastern. Paige Beckers leads a 6th-ranked women's squad against Creighton. Then Alex Garabam, the 19th-ranked men, take on Xavier tomorrow on Fox. Big day for the Huskies on Fox tomorrow. Matt knows something about having big nights against the Huskies here in the Big Ten. Really good against Washington, first matchup, and then just hit 2 threes in this game.
Yeah, the Mack attack is a stud, man. He comes off the bench, like I said, he's a super sub. You know, more known for driving to the basket, but he knocked down 2 huge threes, and now all of a sudden UCLA is up 9.
Breitenbach, not a lot of room.
And Osborne calling for the clear out. He's gonna, you should just take him off the dribble. Don't back down and wait for the help to come.
And there it does. Breitenbach deep in the shot clock now. Davis had a tough shooting night. Lost the handle on it. Goes down hard. Takes Daly down with him. And a
Another
foul.
careless turnover. Just too much dribbling. You know, too much dribbling. It turns it over.
And that's going to take us to another break where the Washington Huskies trying to figure things out on their home floor. Bruins up by 9, 11:36 to go.
Saturday on Fox, It's a UConn basketball doubleheader. First, Player of the Year contender, Paige Beckers, leads the 6th-ranked Huskies against Creighton. Then, in prime time, the UConn men battle Xavier. It's a huge doubleheader. Saturday on Fox.
Thinking of updating my kitchen? Yeah? Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen. Doing subway tile and an ivory or eggshell. Cream, maybe bone. Don't get me started on quartz. Big island. You ever heard of a waterfall counter?
For everyone who talks about doing that thing,
over there,
but never does that thing,
sweet little breakfast nook.
Chase has financial
See how
guidance.
you can start saving to make this happen.
Really?
Really?
Really.
At home or in
You
person.
could also check out a Chase Money Skills workshop.
That's guidance from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
My Zen garden wasn't comforting enough, so I added peanut butter M&Ms.
So creamy. And comforting.
Hey, leave my Zen garden alone!
Well, that's not very zen of you.
I'm a work in progress. Peanut butter M&Ms.
Gail, look at your little boo. What happens?
On the Saturdays.
Okay, you gotta be careful, okay?
I know.
Hey, let's get you off your feet. We're gonna get your Medicare prescriptions delivered.
Get help with your Medicare prescription right in your neighborhood. Commanders. Eagles. Saquon! The NFC Championship. Sunday on Fox.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Introducing Mando Whole Body Deodorant. Mando's different. It's tough enough to control body odor in all your toughest smelling places. How does Mando work? Rather than covering up odor with heavy fragrances, Mando stops odor before it starts. Our formula is powered by an acidified technology and pH optimized. It works by blocking bacteria from digesting fluids on your skin like sweat anywhere on your body. Order Mando Whole Body Deodorant today and control your body odor better everywhere.
For the best deals, go to shopmando.com.
It's been a tough couple of weeks in Southern California, but as Los Angeles begins to recover, you can help families impacted by the California wildfires. Visit go.fox/Red Cross or scan the QR code on your screen to support these efforts. Your donation enables the Red Cross to respond to and help people recover from this disaster. Fox has already donated over $4 million, and your donation will impact these families directly. Obviously, the UCLA community impacted by this, the fires all around Westwood and neighboring communities. A lot of people hurting, a lot of people have lost a lot. UCLA, as a team, was back east for a lot of it. They had a couple of home games and stuff going on, but trying to play through, keep the minds right, and it's been tough with those outside distractions.
Yeah, my heart goes out to all those families that lost their homes. You know, a guy that's from New Orleans whose family lost everything. I mean, all my mom's brothers and sisters. And Hurricane Katrina, I know what that's like. It's just devastating, but you can rebuild. But my heart goes out to all those folks.
Great stuff being done by Fox. Step back two is good for Dylan Andrews.
Yeah, that was a nice looking shot right there by Dylan Andrews. He's been quiet so far here tonight.
It's been a different kind of season for Dylan Andrews, who had the role of being the man last year. And now is more of a role player for UCLA, but hasn't seen his skills diminish. Just a different kind of UCLA team, a lot more depth this year than last.
He's keeping his head up and just going out there playing hard.
Harris left wing tries missed. That was a wide open look, and it's been a miserable shooting night from behind the arc for Washington, 1 for 13.
Yeah, that's been their Achilles heel all season long.
And UCLA at 8 for 16 feels like they can't miss.
Washington has to get a stop right now. There we go. Then they got to come down on this end and get a basket. They got to run a good set, try to get that ball to Great Ossibor. He's got 19, he's leading the way.
Davis in the corner misses, and Johnson gets the rebound.
You can see him drop his head as soon as he missed that shot. So he's struggling with his confidence once again. He was doing that early in the season. He had that great game against Illinois where he had 31. But they really need him to step up and knock down some perimeter shots.
We talked at the top about how important outside shooting was going to be for Washington. It has not been there tonight. Mack hit on the trip. He'll get 2 coming up.
I'm telling you, Sebastian Mack's a gangster, man. He draws the foul, but he I think he hit Cartwright in the face with an elbow. Oh, man, Carmelo Anthony was the best I ever saw at that, just punishing you on offense. And here's Mack right here. You can see he goes to the hole. Yeah, it's definitely an elbow across the chest. I don't know if the rest are going to take a look at it, but he's getting rewarded going to the free throw line.
Well, that's what they're going to look at right now. Exactly right. As Mick Cronin is asking for an explanation on that. He thought Mack was the one who got hit. And he's trying to get a clarification.
It would not surprise me if they call a flagrant on it, because he definitely initiated.
Looking for
that's the type of
potential flagrant foul.
And we saw Sebastian Mack so good in that game against Wisconsin a couple of nights ago. Again, Bilodeau had fouled out of that game. Kobe Johnson had fouled out of that game. Somebody had to step up. Mack was that guy to hang on and win. And that's a good team in Wisconsin at home. But let's take another look at this play where Mack was going up. Watch that right arm.
You can see right there, he drew the contact. He's going to punish you even when he's on offense. Oh, I used to hate plays like that, Trent. You know, you get called for the foul, but you get the worst of it.
Courtright saying, wait a second here. Rhode Island transfer, New York native. I mean, Courtright was a really good player for Rhode Island a season ago. Was their leader in assists, steals. He started a few games, but just took one off the chin right there as Mack may end up getting called for a flagrant. The officials are getting together here with Earl Watson, Mike Littlewood, and Thomas Nunez.
I thought Earl Watson was a player at UCLA. I don't know if he's officiating too. He's doing everything.
Player's been confirmed. Common foul. Baseline.
So they are going to call it a common foul. So what it was on the floor stays.
Are they letting him play?
There's been
Master Mack, I will say he got lucky on that one, because if I was an official, I think I would have called him for something. He definitely initiated the contact on that one. But that's the way he plays, man. He's aggressive, he's tough, he's a competitor. Oakland Soldiers, AAU, they had a squad, man. Aaron Gordon, they had a lot of guys come out of that program. And you add Sebastian Mack's name to the list. They called that foul on the floor. Huh? He's not shooting free throws.
So then Mack gets it knocked out of his hands. It'll stay with UCLA. Bruins have now gone on an 8-0 run over 3.5 minutes. And are pulling away here. Washington got it within a possession. And up past the midway point in the second half. Huskies need a stop.
Yeah, they definitely need a stop right here. And Eric Daly looked like he wants to try to go one-on-one.
8 to shoot. Daly will. He missed.
Yeah, that one was way off. A big possession right here for Washington. 9:43 left, Trent. They're down 11. They've got to get a score, and then they've got to try to put together a string of stops if they're going to win this one.
Washington has had some moments. The poor outside shooting has hurt tremendously. 3 in the corner.
There you go.
Makai Mason rising and firing for 3.
Well, Trent, he is one of the guys that can knock down perimeter shots. Averaged 14 points a game last season. Had some good games this season, but this hasn't been consistent like so many other guys on this Husky team.
Well, he checks in, knocks down a 3 immediately. We never saw him in the first half, and now Mason back to single digits for the Huskies. The deficit. Andrews, offensive foul.
That's a great job right there by DJ Davis drawing that offensive foul. You talked about Makai Mason not playing in the first half. I talked to Danny Sprinkle about he's playing a lot of guys. Normally this time of the season, you see coaches really cut their rotation down. He said, but nobody's separating themselves from anybody. So that's why he's still trying to find a combination that works.
But this was the shot that feels like may have sparked something for Washington.
They really needed that. And if the Huskies, you run something for them and look for them again.
Jason started every game at Rice a year ago, is trying to find the consistency, as you talked about, with this Washington squad. Now here's Iheanacho, 10 to shoot.
You know, new system, new teammates. It takes a while.
What a move! Tyree Iheanacho spinning his way through the lane and gets 2.
Well, he's just showing you what type of competitor he is, because scoring isn't his game. Trent, he came in this one, I think he's averaging 4 points a game. Yeah, he's averaging 4.2 points a game, but he's a competitor.
On the other side, Mack missed everything. Osibor gets the rebound and fouled on it. Fans excited about the make from three-quarter court.
Yeah, they cheer like Osibor just won a car or something. Doesn't count, folks.
Ends up being the third foul. Osibor. The Hornets sounded. No problem. Now you know if you need a half-court shot.
Yeah, that's the guy. They work on him every day at that shoot-around, the half-court shot. They work on it every day. Yep. Nice pass.
Kepnong down low. Through two defenders, but he walked first.
Oh, wow. I didn't see the travel.
Kepnong, that little hesitation. Probably just not from getting that many minutes this season due to the injury.
Let me take another look. He catches it. Oh, yeah. Yep. Took a little hop. Good job by the officials. Good recovery by UCLA, not letting Frank Kepnong throw down that dunk. Get this crowd even more into it. Only a 6-point game right now.
Two easy points wiped off the board for the Huskies. Now UCLA trying to stop this Washington momentum.
Don't look like they're sure what they want to do, Trent.
It's Clark to the bucket. Kepnong comes up and takes it away. Johnson still deep in the shot clock. No, Mara missed as well. And then Kepnong ends up with it.
Oh, the Frank Kepnong effect, ladies and gentlemen. The big fella's first game back in a long time. But he's bringing it on the defensive end. Just an outstanding rim protector.
Davis from a different state missed.
He was in Idaho, huh?
Just beyond the Snake River.
This crowd is ready to erupt if UW would just put together some defensive stops and make some shots.
Kepnong bringing the house down with his defense. Leaves Mora alone. Johnson. Well defended. And a foul.
Yeah, I thought that was a decent job by Makai Mason of moving his feet. He picks up the foul.
It's the fourth on the Huskies.
Yeah, this is what he does, Trent. Big Frank Kepnong, man. He protects that rim like you said something about his mama. Oh, he's going to get out of here.
When I was younger, my calling was to play football. But as I grew older, I realized life isn't about how many people you can knock down. It's about how many people you can lift up. At Ram, our calling is to build game-changing trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
Right now, during the Ram Start Something New sales event, get $6,500 total cash allowance on the purchase of select 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. See your local Ram dealer today.
Tell me about all the ingredients in guacamole.
So we have fresh lime juice, we have cilantro, and we have red onions, jalapeno, and avocados. And we hand chop everything every morning. You'll know how real it is because of how it tastes.
Hi, you might know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too. Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. Love it. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. Sweet, right? And when we travel, we get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. I could get used to this. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet?
Marines are made for this. Made for the calling only warriors can answer. Made from an unshakable belief in our nation and a strength that comes from the determination to win together. But you'll have to earn your place among us. Because you don't join the Marines. You become one.
Oh.
Huh, nature sure is full of wonders. Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Zero is here. 100% wings with monk fruit extract.
USAA. You could be eligible if your spouse, parent, or even your grandparents served.
That was it. You're in.
As a veteran, I'm already in. USAA, are you eligible?
Big Ten basketball is powered by Ram trucks, built to serve. Tonight's game has been built to SWAT here in Seattle. It has been a block party all night long on both sides.
Yeah, yes it has. Big 7'3", Adai Moore doing his thing. And then on the other end, Big Frank Kapnon, the 6'11", energizer bunny, said, get it out of here. Oh, big fella's a difference maker for the Washington Huskies. Yeah, if he can stay healthy, man, Washington is going to be a problem because people are going to look at that 1-7. But what they don't know is that 1-7, he hasn't played in any of those games. This is his first game back from the non-conference part of the season.
Yeah, for Washington, again, the top 15 teams in the Big Ten will advance to the Big Ten tournament. Washington right now would be on the outside looking in. Danny Sprinkle maybe looking ahead, seeing the February schedule lightening a bit. It has to. January was insane. Not only getting Kapnon back, but Dominique Diamande, a really good athletic player from France, had some visa issues earlier. He could be back soon, too. He's been practicing with the team the last couple of weeks. So
yeah, we saw him at shoot-around, man. I was like, whoa, I don't recognize that guy. So it's good to see him on campus finally.
Mason, his second three of the second half, and it's a 4-point game.
Well, Danny Sprinkle was looking for somebody. I think he found him. And Makai Mason. That's 2 in a row for him from 3. This crowd's starting to get into it. We got ourselves a good one.
Huskies have been streaky all season. You never know who that next guy is going to be. Tonight, Mason here in the second half. Kapnon trying to body up Mara. Got him to miss.
I'm telling you, Big Frank makes a difference, man, on the defensive end. You're just not going to push him around and do what you want in the paint. That minute restriction, though, that's what I'm worried about. With 6 minutes left, I don't know how much longer Danny Sprinkle can leave him on the floor.
Eldridge, Washington's 1-7. Forget the minutes restriction. They're trying to win tonight. Take it away.
You're forgetting what era we're in, man. The doctor's rule these days. This is 1989 when I played. Oh, man. That's hilarious.
Meanwhile, UCLA has been without Bilodeau really this whole night. So when you think about what Kapnon has brought to Washington and what UCLA is missing without Bilodeau, what a swing and a blocking foul.
Yeah, that's 15 points a game from Tyler Bilodeau, their leading scorer. Yeah, it's making a difference.
There's Bilodeau. All he can do is watch at this point after turning his ankle 3 minutes into the game. The leading scorer for the Bruins.
Man, it's got to be a bummer. It's like a homecoming from him. He's from Kennewick, and I can't stop saying it. I know all of his family and friends are here, and he got injured and can't play. That's got to suck.
Swing pass, right side, Andrews. All kinds of space.
Yeah, nice decision, man. To just stop and take that wide open jumper and not try to take it all the way to the basket. It's a veteran move right there by Dylan Andrews.
That's a junior who not only led the Bruins in scoring last year, top 5 assist man in the Pac-12 last season. Also trying to respond, can't do it.
Yeah, you can tell it didn't come off of his hand, right? He shot that one a little bit too quick. He had more time to get it off.
Inside of 5 minutes to go, 2-possession game. UCLA by 6 here in Seattle. Andrews has to get rid of it. 10 to shoot.
Good defense so far by the Huskies. And we haven't heard any more from Sky Clark at all since those 3 3-pointers he made early in the game. Oh, you can't.
Clark with the offensive rebound, smallest guy on the floor, just got it.
You just can't play that great a defense all possession and give up an offensive rebound, Trent. That's just that's a no-no. Got to finish it off with the defensive rebound.
Forced a bad shot deep in the shot clock and couldn't get the ball. Daly now. That took the extra step.
They picked up that pivot foot.
Washington just had to defend their hearts out for 58 seconds.
Man, that's a heartbreaker. You play great defense all of that time, and then you give up an offensive rebound to the smallest guy on the floor.
That said, they end up getting the stop, and it's still a 2-possession game, 56-50, approaching the 4-minute mark here in this game.
Yeah, if I'm Washington, I run something from Makai Mason. He's knocked down 2 threes. You got to try to find him again. Great Osabor, just 3 points here in this second half after scoring 16 in the first.
Diallo.
Zoom trying to do it itself.
Can't do it. Mora.
Shot right there.
That's a good rebound from Mora. And now UCLA is going to try to drain some clock here and preserve the 6-point lead.
Yeah, it's crunch time, so you got to get a better shot than that, man. You can't force something up at this point. 3.5 minutes left.
Bad time for Washington to go on a 3-minute scoring drought. That's been all night. No whistle. Mora through the lane. No. The tip. Johnson couldn't get it either. It's going to stay UCLA ball.
Oh, man, both teams are just going at it, man. Both teams are giving it 100%. Washington just can't come up with the defensive rebound.
Like prize fighters begging for the bell, they get it. Final 3:22 when we come back.
I'm an overpowered leaf blower, and I'm not exactly street legal.
And if you don't have the right auto coverage, this could really blow your budget. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Wings and pizza here.
You mean pizza and wings?
16 boneless wings, 1 pizza, wings and pizza.
It's stuffed crust pizza. Pizza is the lead.
Guys?
Get a large stuffed crust pizza and 16 boneless wings starting at $19.99. Only at Pizza Hut.
Coffee Mate is the world's biggest coffee lover. Because
Oh, you are? Because I have a sign. Do you have a sign?
No, we don't have a sign. Fine, you're the biggest coffee lover.
A mystery.
Jesse loves playing detective.
But the real mystery was your irritated skin. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. It cleans better and doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
And it's gentle on her skin.
Tide Free and Gentle Liquid is EPA Safer Choice certified.
It's got to be Tide. We've never spoken, but you've told us many things. That you love stargazing, hate parallel parking, and occasionally your right foot gets a little heavy. The Lexus ES didn't begin in the studio, it began with you.
At Harbor Freight, we design and test our own tools and sell them directly to you. No middleman, just quality tools you can trust at prices you'll love. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Looking for a reason to try the $5 meal deal with new McValue? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So much.
Get more than you expect with the $5 meal deal with new McValue.
It's been a grinded out slugfest in Seattle tonight. The Dog Pack trying to pick up the Huskies, trying to get a home W over UCLA. Bruins have missed 10 of the last 11. Washington hasn't scored in close to 3.5 minutes, but in a 2-possession game, the Huskies trying to pull off the upset of UCLA and snap this 5-game skid. Kepnong has been a difference maker. Osabor in the middle has 19 points, only 3 in the second half, and hasn't put the ball in the hoop in 13.5 minutes. He is their everything guy.
Yeah, the Huskies struggle mightily from 3-point range, but they're getting a nice spark off the bench from Makai Mason. And with 3:20 left, down 6, they got to get a stop here and try to find him on the offensive end, because he's been the one bright spot here late.
Sky Clark secured the Wisconsin win in the Bruins' last game. Finds Andrews, finds the shoot. Andrews running out of time. That's been his hot spot. He missed. Morris put back, no good either, and the rebound to Kepnong.
Great job by Frank Kepnong securing that defensive rebound. It's a huge offensive possession right here. Washington has to get a good look. Osabor is that guy, but if I'm the UW, I'm going to Makai Mason.
Osabor couldn't hang on to it. Bodies flying everywhere. Down towards the bucket. Andrews missed.
Well, Osabor tried to sell a foul, and he forgot about securing the basketball. You can't do that. He was so busy trying to draw the foul, he ended up turning it over. Trent, that's not a good play by a veteran guy. He's arguing with the official, but that's all his fault. We take a look right here. Eric Daly Jr. goes for the steal, and then Greg tries to sell the call, forgets about securing the basketball. Yeah, that's a tough one right there.
3 different players were on the floor at some point on that possession. Washington trying to make up for it, though. Kepnong picks it up down low through traffic. a chance to make it a one-possession game.
Oh, the big fella's making his presence felt. They call the isolation play for Zoom Diallo to go one-on-one. As we take a look at him right here, backing his guy now. And Big Frank just in the right spot at the right time. And finishes with an and one. Big fella's been impressive, man, in his first game back. I can't say it enough, Trent.
Frank
He's
is
a difference
feasting.
maker. Yeah.
He's played 19 minutes tonight. That's more than they expected from him. 7 points, 7 rebounds, a couple of block shots.
Oh, somebody's in trouble because he's over the minute restriction. It was capped at 15. Somebody's gonna be in detention tomorrow.
He misses the free throw. Yeah, go tell Danny Sprinkle to take that guy out of the game right now.
You don't think Danny's caring about that right now, huh?
We'll worry about that after the game.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. The big fella's a difference maker, man. I'm just so happy to see him back out on the court for Washington. A big possession right here. They need a stop. UCLA's going to call a timeout to try to draw up a good set.
2:08 to go. Bruins call a timeout. Each team with 2 remaining here. With UCLA trying to hang on in a snug one this evening, and UCLA has been really good in close games this season, and they've been in a lot of them.
Well, this is where Al Capone / Mick Cronin shines. You know, late game situations, making adjustments. You talked about it in the game against Wisconsin. William Kyle hadn't played the whole entire game. He puts him in at the end, and he comes up with a great defensive block. So let's see what Mick can come up with out of this timeout. There's no Tyler Miller, though, so he can't go to him.
And for Washington, just things have gotten tougher and tougher and tougher all through the month of January as they try to get a home win.
Well, you're looking at a different Washington Husky team with number 11, Frank Kepnon, out there on the floor. Now Great Osobor can move over to the power forward position and play his game and not have to go up against guys like Adai Moore that's 6 or 7 inches taller than him.
It's been quite the welcome into the Big Ten for the Huskies.
Look at Big Frank bobbing his head, man. Keep their heads bobbing.
Deep in the shot clock, 5 seconds. Mora, he's got to put it up. Does and scores.
Wow, what a fantastic finish by Adai Moore.
The Spaniard sensational to get that too.
Yeah, 2 Husky defenders coming at him, but his length was just a little bit too much.
On the other side, Davis misses the 3, gets it back. He's going to put up another second try. Got it! First 3 of the night. Huge for the Huskies.
And that was a big one right there by DJ Davis. Better late than never. Oh, we got ourselves a good one, folks.
90 seconds to go. 1-possession game. To shoot. Mora over Kepnon.
I mean, absolutely gorgeous. The drop step to the jump hook over the left shoulder. I see you, left fella. Do your thing out there.
Adai Mora rising to the moment late in this game. Final minute.
Yeah, that's how you quiet the crowd right there.
12 points tonight, 4 big ones in the last minute for UCLA. Davis got the Huskies back in it, taking advantage of the extra chances.
Yeah, he was finally able to get one to go, and it was a huge one. But right back at you, big Adai Moore takes his time, turns over that left shoulder to a beautiful jump hook. And he's going to come out in this last minute, and once again, it's William Kyle out on the floor as Adai Moore goes to the bench. Defensive substitution. Mick Cronin told us he likes the fact that Kyle can play on the perimeter a little bit more, move his feet and guard smaller players, whereas Adai Moore can't. So I think that's the reason for the substitution defensively.
Yeah, there was a moment in the Wisconsin game, a chance for UCLA to seal it, and it took Mora out to bring Kyle in. And you look at what's ahead for UCLA, rivalry game, going to be on FS1 against USC, then back it up by playing host to Oregon and then Michigan State to follow, Illinois later. So the next 5 games.
Well, you got a tough schedule. Yeah. Well, we got a chance right here, Trent. I want to give a shout out, man, to one of our former colleagues, Bill Walton. You know, we got the UCLA game. I got to say something about Bill, who I miss dearly. One of the greatest college players of all time, man. I just want to pay my respects to him. The UCLA Bruin great. Yep. And there's a sign ball that Bill Walton signed right here in this exact spot for me a few years ago. Just what a great guy, man. He's the president of the Conference of Champions when it was the Pac-10, the Pac-12. Just a great guy, one of the UCLA legends.
UCLA is going to honor him February 23rd in a game against Ohio State. Meanwhile, trying to secure a victory in the Pacific Northwest tonight. A rivalry that goes back close to 9 decades.
You know, I don't know if Washington is going to try to go for a quick two with Great Osibor, if they're going to look for Makai Mason. They're down 5 with 52 seconds to go. I'm trying to run something for Mason who hit those 2 threes. Couldn't get free right there.
Davis just hit his first 3 of the night a moment ago. Can't get his second. Kept on the offensive glass. Gets pinned. Kyle, for the second time in as many nights, gets a big swat, but then the bucket underneath. Diallo staying with it.
Man, what a great block that was. I believe that was William Kyle III that got that block down there. Fantastic block on Frank Kepnon. But the young fella, Bazumana Diallo, with the offensive rebound and putback, we got ourselves a 3-point game. Good look, Trent, by DJ Davis. Yeah, that was Kyle with the big-time block. 2 games in a row.
But Washington, to their credit, stays with it. They pick up the loose ball, put it in. Diallo does. Now a 1-possession game again. 60-57, UCLA on top. Washington and a slew of games on Big Ten Network. Going to be at Minnesota.
Some winnable games, Trent.
Winnable games.
You know, some winnable games. With Frank Kepnon back, I think anything is possible, man. They got a chance to get back in this race and try to make that Big Ten tournament. As you mentioned, right now they're on the outside looking in at 1-7 and at the bottom. But I've been impressed with Frank Kepnon tonight and what the Washington Huskies are doing.
Huskies have played better than their record, haven't had a ton to show for it, even in this game. They've had some moments. Now, that was the last timeout called by Danny Sprinkle, so they are out of timeouts with 41.3 seconds to go. UCLA still has 2 remaining and a foul to give. Washington does not. Next Husky foul will put the Bruins in the bonus. UCLA 8 of 12 from the line.
I expect UCLA to have their best free throw shooters in the ball game. They know what's coming.
Great Osibor has gone more than 15 minutes without scoring. The UCLA defense has banded together and been great on great.
Trent, if you'd have told me Osibor hadn't scored in 15 minutes and Washington would only be down 3, I would not believe you.
Bruins have the basketball and the arrow.
Yeah, here we go right here, buddy. The crowd is on their feet. We're on our feet. Let's see if UW can come up with a stop.
Anderson brings it across.
Well, UCLA is going to try to run as much clock as they can before they take a shot. I expect someone to come up and set a high pick and roll. Hey, Mick Cronin calls timeout.
So 23.1 seconds to go. They'll have 11 on the shot clock here. And now Mick Cronin will drop a sideline inbound play.
Yeah, it's a dangerous situation for Washington to be in. You know, you're down 3. You're gonna try to let them run this clock down. Man, that's tough. Decide not to foul and just play straight up.
You have to think, I mean, still enough time left, 23.1 seconds. I think if you're Washington, you got to be thinking you got to get a stop. The problem for Washington has been the 3-point shooting has been so bad tonight. Can you trust it? They're 4 of 20, but they're going to have to make it.
But they have hit 3 out of their last 5. You know, Makai Mason 2 and DJ Davis 1. So we know they can make them. And this is what it's all about, man. Crunch time. Stepping up when you need it. Somebody's going to have to step up for UW and knock down a shot. But first they got to get a stop.
Kepnon and Osibor have been beasts in the front court as the Bruins have been without their leading scorer, Bilodeau. Has sat since the first 3 minutes of the game after rolling his ankle.
You can see Mick Cronin playing offense, defense. Big Morris back out on the court. William Kyle goes to the bench, who's their defensive player.
Kyle sitting right behind Mick Cronin. You know he's ready to go in any moment. Final 8 seconds of the shot clock. Andrews, step back 3! May have just sealed it.
Cold-blooded.
What a three for Andrews. Davis on the other end. Ball comes loose, and Andrews, with the shot of the night, knocks it down. Osipor the foul. What a three from Dylan Andrews.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Dylan Andrews is sending the Husky fans to excellence. I mean, a beautiful step back behind the line and just knocks it down. That was a big-time shot right there. I said it, Trent. Big-time players step up in big-time moments. Dylan Andrews had been struggling with his confidence this season after playing fantastic last year, losing his starting job. The ball was put in Sky Clark's hands, but that was a big one right there.
And now Sky Clark at the line to make it a three-possession game. Does just that, and UCLA is 10 seconds away from a third-straight victory and hanging on here on the road against a Washington team that has put up some fight, just not much to show for it.
That's been the story for Washington. They're playing hard, they're competing, but they just can't get over the hump.
Three in the corner. Mason missed as the clock hit all zeros in a moment. Davis will get it good if it goes. It does, and UCLA wins by 5. So DJ Davis puts it up there as the shot clock expires, or the game clock expires, and the Bruins win it 65-60.
Yeah, big time finish. You know, we know Mick Cronin is a hell of a coach. He drew up that play to pick and roll with Dylan Andrews and Kobe Johnson, and Dylan just steps back, man, and knocks down a huge shot. That was the dagger. That was the difference in this game.
And you can just see the defeat on Osipor's face. He battling so hard for this Washington team, but UCLA without Bilodeau for almost the entire night takes care of business on the road. A very quality road win for UCLA to defeat Washington. Bruins improved to 14-6 on the year. Huskies now 10-10. Once again, our final score from Seattle tonight, 65-60 UCLA over Washington. Hey, don't forget, a full day of hoops tomorrow on Fox begins with Georgetown taking on Providence, 12:30 Eastern. For Eldridge Kastner and our entire crew, I'm Trent Rush. Thanks for watching. Good night from Seattle.
Going on, everyone? Bear Bits Podcast is back, your NFL Conference Championship edition. I am the Bear, Chris Felica. Be joined shortly by my co-host Jeff Schwartz, Sammy P, and Will Hill coming up a little bit later in the gambling group chat. And finally, Jeff, we had a dog bark on the money line as the Washington Commanders went into Detroit and, I believe, punted once and just absolutely put on a show offensively against the Detroit Lions. Hopefully, we're going to get the take the points crowd, you know, when it's 4th and 4 and you got to take the points. Hopefully that is a nice RIP for the take the points crowd as the Commanders, with those 4th down conversions, made the most of it, and they advanced to the NFC Championship game. And we'll talk about the Conference Championship games coming up with at length with Sammy P and Will. But I think we really need to maybe just put a little bow tie on the Lions this year. Yeah. Obviously, a great regular season, a ton of injuries at the end of the season probably cost them at least, I would say, a win here, maybe a Super Bowl berth. But this week, obviously, the news: Aaron Glenn moves to the Jets, Ben Johnson moves to the Bears, so you lose both coordinators, and just kind of a point now with the Eagles where they are. With the Niners, did they rebuild? The Packers in that division, seems like the NFC is very competitive, and you probably aren't going to get the same type of year offensively from Jared Goff and Gibbs and all the players that the Lions have on offense. And last year, you lose in the NFC Championship game to the Niners. This year, you lose as the 1 seed on your home field in the divisional round. Is that window either closing or closed, or do we think Dan Campbell and that staff can recoup?
Well, it's certainly closing, Bear. I don't know if it's closed yet, but they lose their OC and their DC, and then their D-line coach, who went with Aaron Glenn to the Jets, and they might lose other coaches as well. There's talk about their offensive line coach, who is doing a fabulous job as a potential offensive coordinator candidate in Seattle, I believe. So you keep losing these coaches; they're hard to replace, right? Ben Johnson did a great job with that offense, designing it around Jared Goff. And look, we see in some of these bigger moments that there's some limitations with Jared Goff. It's not why they lost the game against the Niners a couple years ago, but he didn't play well last weekend, right? I mean, they scored a bunch of points, but those turnovers are a big deal. They are a problem. They led to a touchdown for the Commanders, and I think that is a concern in these bigger moments if Jared Goff is up to the task when you lose your offensive coordinator now. And so just it's a year